getting ready for pre-show. This is pre-show. This is our pre-show break right now, and just ironing my clothes because I didn't do that before I left. There it is, not whitewashed now. I didn't iron my clothes before I left, which is not good. Before I left the Florida, that is. So now I knew our schedule. They email us our schedule, so that we can prepare and kind of build around the schedule they give us. So I knew I would have time to iron my show clothes prior to. So now I'm doing that because we have to iron our own stuff. Now I could get this stuff pressed, but then I'll be extra bougie. But matter of fact, pressing clothes does really make a difference when you press it, because they do a really good job. I can't even front. And it's seamless because all you gotta do is bring your stuff on the coat hanger. I should have connected to the internet here. Or did I already? I think I did. Not. I should have done that before I went live. Yeah, that would have been smart. And I had a missed call. Got a lot of notifications I need to check. Yeah, that's another thing about going live. It destroys your data. It just destroys your data. And as your data go, it makes streaming a lot worse. God blessings to you and your performance. Thank you so much. Who is that? It went away. Who is that? Come back. I need to learn how to use the features on this platform. Q Lewis, thank you so much, Q Lewis. I appreciate you. I seriously do. I remember a time when I first started YouTube back in 2009, I had no viewers. So I'm so appreciative of you for giving me your time, because you don't have to. So that's why I'm always trying to get feedback on what type of content you prefer, on what I can do to make your streaming experience better, etc. Matter of fact, we're right across the street from the convention center. See if I can show it to you. There's the Skyway Bridge from this hotel over to the convention center, the Cox Center, where we're performing at. The Cox Center. So yeah, this is the room. Just trying to get my clothes on. I'm sorry. Usually when I give the live off to somebody, I'm usually very, very busy, and I probably shouldn't be going live at the time that I do so. But I definitely want to do my best at giving you behind the scenes footage and day to day of what goes on and what I do on a daily basis. Singing is full time. This is what I do for a living. The YouTube videos is something I do as something to build my fan base directly for the Roderick King brand, because my goal is to win a Grammy. Yes, my goal is to win a Grammy. And after attempting to audition for The Voice, American Idol, and this is what I hear a lot of people say this. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should be on The Voice. You should go on The Voice. You should audition. You should." I've been auditioning for The Voice, America's Got Talent, what's the other one? America's Got Talent, The Voice, and American Idol. I've been auditioning for those things for years. For whatever reason, I never get a call back. I never passed the first round. So once I started with Blonde, and I was doing Blonde for a while, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build my own fan base. I'm gonna build my own following. I have people that see me perform live, whether it's karaoke, whether it's shows, etc. And people are like, "Man, you are really good. You really should be where you're trying to go already, just with what you have." So it became a point where I started believing that. And when I started believing it, I was like, well, if people are right, I'm just gonna do my part. And I'm a build, and I can't depend on things that are out of my control. So if The Voice is not bringing me on and it's out of my control, my mentality from the way I've been built by life, because life has kicked my butt. But so the way I was built is to build your own door. If the opportunity doesn't exist, create the door of opportunity, and maybe you can force some appreciation. You know what I mean? So that was my idea. I was like, I'm gonna build my own fan base. I'm gonna stop trying to promote myself in order for someone to discover me and discover myself, and see if I can build a platform for my own fans. So that's when I started doing the YouTube, and I had a lot of ideas, but I didn't have the funds to fund a lot of the ideas that I had. But I had to stop making excuses. That's another thing. Just because you're not in a position to do something, don't mean it's impossible. You just have to find the resources, or you have to find the capital, and you don't always have to be the one to have it all. Someone is out there ready to connect with you, ready to help you along your journey, but you have to believe in yourself before anybody else can. And when I learned that and started applying that, and look, I'm giving away all the contents in my book. But anyway, when I learned that and I started applying that, at that moment I started seeing results. At that moment, the universe, God, and everything in this world started lining up to open the doors of opportunity. So yeah, that's a little bit of background of what made me stop focusing so much on The Voice, American Idol, and all of those other things, and start focusing more on just building my own fan base. Also, I'm not going to put a lot of my new music that is coming out really soon, because I'm working with a few other writers, and of course I've written personally. I have wrote 2,500 songs. Like, I have a laptop right in this room with me right now that I have wrote and recorded 2,500 songs. I recorded the songs on my laptop. They just need to be professionally re-recorded, mixed, mastered, and they'll be ready to release. However, which, going back to the point that I was originally going to state, I'm not going to release my music on YouTube, Spotify, all those other platforms, because I want to build my fan base. So I want the fans to come directly to the source. Yes, I agree 1,000%. People gain more energy and power when they dedicate themselves to creating their own platform. Exactly. And that's what I'm going to do. Who is that? Let me mention you, give you some recognition, because that is a very good point. Kita. Thank you, Kita. You are absolutely right. So what my idea is I have a website. My name is my website, obviously, roderickking.com. So I've had that website since 2009. I built that website on my own. I decided that I wanted a professional outlook with everything I did. I hired me a photographer. Before I started hiring photographers, I started trying to do it on my own, but it didn't give me a professional look. So I had to start learning how to use a camera and all the other stuff. And then I started going to school for photography, only so that I can have better pictures for my websites and stuff like that, to market myself as an artist. So I keep professional cameras with me, because I dibble and dabble, because when I do work with a photographer now, I can speak their language and tell them exactly what I want and what I'm trying to get out of every photo shoot. So my website, I built my website since now my website looks good. I built it. Everything on my website is me. From the content written, from the pictures taken, from the layout, it's all me. I built the website. Now, when I started learning how to sing, I had to learn how to do all that. I had to learn how to edit videos, take photos, how to edit photos, how to create banners, how to caption photos, how to edit videos for YouTube, how to make the thumbnail, like everything. I had to learn everything because I couldn't afford to pay anybody. So, but that's not an excuse. I can't use the excuse, oh, I can't this, I can't this. Too many I can'ts. You might as well just sit down and take a seat on the bench and go help build someone else's dream, because you obviously don't have the mental capacity, or you just don't want to apply yourself to build something for you, and for your family and for your kids. So I stopped making excuses. And anything that I didn't know, I learned. Anything that I couldn't afford, I figured it out. even if I had to ask somebody to do it for free, which I'm very uncomfortable with. Very uncomfortable taking advantage of people or using resources when I can't afford to pay for them. So along this journey, I had to learn how to receive. That may sound so stupid, but I had to learn how to receive. I had to learn how to accept someone giving me something and being okay within myself of receiving it. Because for one, when you're not a good receiver, you're blocking blessings, you're blocking opportunities, for one. For two, you're taking away the ability for someone to have all the good emotions that are affiliated, that are associated with giving. Think about it. When you give, it's a great feeling. It feels good to help somebody. It feels good to give and make sure someone else have a brighter day, have a brighter hour, have a brighter minute, second, because I was in a position to give. You know that feeling, right? Don't rob someone of that because you are not a good receiver. Allow people to feel those emotions of being a giver, you know? And here's another good thing. If it's always going to exist givers and takers, and I hate to say takers, but for the example, there's always going to be givers, there's always going to be takers. If you don't want to be the receiver, then that means you're going to be the giver. But in order to give, you got to have. So a giver have. So if you don't want to give, that means you're not going to have, because you're blocking the ability to supply the supply if you don't have what you need to supply. So if you want things, you have to be a great giver. If you want to be a receiver, or if you're going to be a receiver, you have to be very, very good at receiving, giving people the ability to help you, putting yourself in a position where people can help you, and be comfortable with that. Because when you need, you need. But when it's your turn to give, make sure you do that too, because there's good feelings, good emotions that's affiliated with that. But anyway, so I hated to take from people, but I had to learn that because I wanted to build my brand. I needed good photos, so I needed a photographer. So I would talk to people and I would meet people. And sometimes when I didn't have, I attracted it. The law of attraction is very, very powerful. That's why you got to be careful what you say out your mouth, what you think, because what you say and think you have. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Therefore, there's a lot of cases where I've met people and created winning relationships because I just put out positive energy. I put out love. I put out hope. I put out good energy out in the atmosphere because it's going to return to me. The atmosphere, the universe is going to give you back what you put out. That's why birds of a feather flock together. Stay away from negative people because you're going to attract negative people. There's a call. Give me 1 second. I have to. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I knew they were calling me to come downstairs. I got everything: key, wallet. Do I need a jacket? All right, but yeah. So be a good giver, be a good receiver, be a good both. Once I learned that, I started attracting the things that I needed. So when you have a desire, like for an example, if my desire is I really need a photographer to have good photos on my website, I attracted those things. And when I attracted it, it came. So right now I'm on my way downstairs, getting in the elevator. You're gonna come with me. Let's just hope the elevator doesn't destroy this connection. We're gonna get downstairs. Everyone is in the van. We're going somewhere, I don't know. But I love relationships with people, so I'm gonna go spend time with the band and the dancers. Before the backstage for dinner at 5, so I will be back for the free food. Oh, they're literally waiting on me. Wow. But yeah, so I built the website and I'm putting all of my music on my website, and I'm only isolating my music for my fans, and they have to come directly. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Hey, everybody. Hey, thank you for inviting me. That was so cool. Appreciate that.
We didn't want to leave you.
I appreciate that. I wasn't doing that.
Actual number. What is your roommate?
Yeah. Huh?
What is your roommate?
Renan, he's gone though. I thought he was going with you though. He said he was going with you. Renan.
I think he went with Carissa to go scooter.
Yeah, he said maybe he met with somebody else. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess I'm going to come back to you, ladies and gentlemen. See what's a good time. It'll be hard to go live and give y'all behind the scenes at an actual show. It'd be very difficult for me to concentrate on my role and give you footage. So I'll figure it out. If I do, I do. If I don't, I apologize. But it'll be very difficult for me to entertain. Remember all of my blocks on stage, sing, and hold the phone in front of thousands of people. But I'm gonna finish my thought and then I'll probably break the live. But yeah, so all of my music is only gonna be posted on the website. So the only way to get the music to you is by going to RoderickKing.com and subscribing. It's not going on Spotify. It's not going on YouTube. It's only beats can be bought and sold there. So and that's so I can build my fan base and obviously control the music. Now, however, my music will be sold for licensing for music videos, commercials, movies, etc. So my music will be used for movies, commercials, licensing for games, etc. Because there's different ways you can create income with your music. But and I wanna justify the reason I'm only using my website. If I put all my music on Spotify, I built a fan base of 200,000 people on Spotify. If Spotify was to shut down that same day, I lose 200,000 fans. I lose the analytics of my fans, the demographics, the style of music they like, what they interact with. I don't have that information. Spotify owns all of that. So in order for me to create a smarter, wiser, and a better experience for you, if I can control all of that data, if I can control my following, and you come directly to my website for the content, that puts me in a position to give you a better experience. Hey, Hedia, I hope I said that right. Y'all gonna learn I'm bad with names, so don't get offended. But thank you from Fort Lauderdale. But all right, I'm gonna get off this live. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment below, and I'll answer those on the next live. All right, y'all have a good day. Make sure you're putting out good energy. Make sure you're loving those around you, being a good giver, being a good receiver, because you don't want to cheat nobody. Love y'all. Peace.
Be inspirational. If you don't inspire